University of Alabama.
Another Alabama. Roll Tide, Crimson Tide.
Currently plays for the Baltimore Ravens.
Baltimore freaking Ravens.
Is currently in talks of winning the MVP.
Probably Offensive Player of the Year. They don't give that to running backs.
Is currently going to be on the best rushing team statistically. Right? Statistically. In NFL history with Lamar Jackson.
Are they on pace? They got to be.
They got to be on pace.
Derrick freaking
number 22.
Henry.
The Baltimore Ravens. Let's get to the synopsis. AI. Derrick Henry, standing at 6'3" and weighing 247 pounds, is a dominant NFL running back, renowned for his rare combination of size, speed, and power, making him one of the most feared rushers in the league. He has amassed over 10,000 rushing yards and 98 touchdowns in his career, earning multiple Pro Bowl selections and the 2020 NFL Offensive Player of the Year award.
Jesus.
In high school, Derrick set the national record for career rushing yards with an astonishing 12,124 yards at Yulee High School in Florida, averaging 250 yards per game. See, I got to read really fast because he has so many stats. I want to make sure we get through it. At the University of Alabama, Henry won the Heisman Trophy and set both the single season and career rushing records. I mean, this guy breaks every record at whatever level he's at. I wonder what the Pop Warner stats were.
Jesus.
But we can't get there because it's just would take way too long.
AI's got it all, though.
Yeah, while he spent most of his career with the Tennessee Titans, setting the single season rushing record with 2,027 yards in 2020. He beat Chris Johnson 2K with that number right there.
Jesus.
He is currently setting impressive records with the Baltimore Ravens, including the team's franchise record and most rushing touchdowns in a single season already. And it's only like not even halfway through, this season. Henry is celebrated for his work ethic and humble personality off the field, where he is involved in charity work and is regarded as a role model. Start that clock.
Start the clock.
First off, I want to get to this right off the point. His nickname is King Henry. There's a guy in basketball that we all know him as is King James. Who is the ultimate king, Jules? King Henry or King James? Let's hear your thoughts.
King Henry or King James? LeBron is a generational guy, but if you talk about King Henry, he's a generational guy. This guy, 247 pounds, running away from people. That is such a hard question. I didn't even know you were going to ask me that. I'm a football guy. I got to go King Henry. It sounds better. Was there a King James back in the day? There's probably a King James back in the day, isn't it? Is that why it's King? I just put that together. They both have kind of kingy names. They got both kingy names. I like King Henry. I'm going King Henry. Just on name because it sounds, but there's a King James back there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Derrick Henry.
All right. I like that pick. And what's incredible about, Derrick Henry is, you said that size is just impressive and how he can move, 247 pounds. But I swear, he looks huge. He looks massive. He's 247, but I swear he plays and looks bigger than he even is.
100%.
It's like he's 6'3", 247. It's like, no. He's like 6'6", 280 running the ball. That's what it looks like.
I remember when we played against him, I walked by him after the game, like, who the fuck is his defensive end? Oh, my God, that's Henry? That's Jesus, he's so big. I wouldn't want to tackle him.
No one wants to tackle him.
I mean, screw it.
No.
They say at the end of the game, I'm not tackling him at the beginning of the game. Might get a concussion getting one of the knee drives. He looks like a goddamn semi-truck that's on fucking NOS.
He is a semi-truck.
On NOS.
Yes.
That's race fuel. That's what he is. He's a semi-truck.
Like when he sees that hole open, like he hits that button.
He
like,
presses
Fast
NOS.
and Furious.
Fast
like
and
that,
Furious.
That
Go,
button,
baby,
and
go.
And then he just flies right through the hole. I think he was so far, he clicked in as the second fastest player as a ball carrier in the NFL this year. Recorded. Second fastest player. I mean, freaking ridiculous being that size. What I love about him, too, man, he's a true role model, man. He never gets in trouble.
Never.
Never on the field, never off the
Kings
field
don't.
is he in trouble. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't drink. He eats completely clean. He's basically on the Tom Brady diet.
I think he's a vegan.
While eating.
I think he's vegan.
He might be vegan. I'm not sure about that. He possibly could be. I mean, no gluten. He cuts the sugar down. It's all real sugar and fruits and all that good stuff. He takes care of his body. Does the cryo tanks, saunas, He actually goes to the same treatment guy that I see as well. My friend Bobo, who's out of Nashville, he gets those vitamin bags and hydration bags to make sure that he's always good to go, on top of his games. He's always burning fuel, so he's got to always make sure the vitamins and fuel are always coming in. He's just doing everything right. And that's what I love about him. He's a great example to the young generation.
Have you seen his off-season workouts on YouTube?
Yeah, and I've actually worked out with him before. One time in Dallas, Texas. Yes, let me tell you, man, this guy don't get tired. He don't get tired.
What'd you guys do for a workout?
And I was with my brother, my two brothers, and we were just looking at his arms, and his arm was bigger than all three of our arms combined. That's why I don't understand how he doesn't weigh 280 pounds. I weigh 260, and he's 12 pounds less than me. And I'm like, but your arms are 3 times the size of mine. I think he's tricking everyone. I think he really is 280, but in Pop Warner, when they don't let you play because you're overweight and you weigh in, I don't think the NFL would let him play if he weighs in at 280 at the running back position. So I think he literally is 280 because he's that big, but they just list him as 247. So he's actually qualified to play in the NFL.
Dude.
Yeah.
So you're working out. What year was this?
This was I think last year, about a year and a half ago.
2 years ago. The first thing you look at, you say, "Damn, his arm's so big."
Yep.
And you're Rob Gronkowski.
Yep. It's the first thing I said. I was memorized. And what's another thing about him too? He's having this career year with the Baltimore Ravens.
It looks like he hasn't aged.
Yeah, he hasn't aged because, like I said, he does everything right. And when you do everything right and take care of your body like that, you don't age. He hasn't lost a step, and he's just getting faster and faster, bigger and bigger. He has that motivation still. He's 30 years old as a running back. He's taken so many shots to the body, and I feel I just feel it. He has that chip because, I feel like the Tennessee Titans, kind of didn't give him that respect that he deserved last year. They were like, oh, we got to change up our offense. All we do is give the ball to Derrick Henry. They let Derrick Henry walk, one of their best generational talents on the offensive side of the ball in the history of the Titans. And they let him walk that easily. That kind of shows a little disrespect. I mean, it might have not been disrespect, but it just shows they didn't really trust in him or thought his career was going down. So I think he's on a rampage to show the Titans, hey, look what you're missing out on. You thought, oh, we got to switch up the offense because we're handing me the ball too much. Well, that's all the Tennessee Titans had was handing the ball to him.
Well, it's not just the Tennessee Titans that are part of his fuel. Everyone else could have signed him.
Everyone else,
the whole league could have signed him.
They all thought he was done.
Dallas Cowboys need a running back. They could have signed him.
Oh man, we don't even got to get into that. I mean, that's been in the news for the last month with Jerry Jones.
But this is, this is some Tom Brady type stuff, because at 31 at a running back, he's doing things that's not normal. This is not normal, and that's why this is so freaky. He doesn't eat sugars. He takes care of his body. He doesn't eat any fried foods. He works out like crazy.
The only thing he fries is defenses.
He fries defenses.
Yeah.
Well, when you were talking about chips, I was like, man, he has a big chip on his shoulder. He probably doesn't have any chips.
He probably does.
I was thinking that because those are fried. I was like,
man, he's not falling into our Tostitos commercials.
No.
He sees the commercials oh, those are good commercials, Jules and Gronk, but I ain't eating those.
No, he won't eat those.
He
didn't do that.
Maybe kale chips.
Yeah, he probably does kale. He does some kale chips. 247 pounds. 99-yard touchdown. That's crazy. I remember watching that play, and what everyone always says with Derrick Henry when you're playing against him, I remember Bill always talking about it. You cannot let this man get going. Keep his feet moving. You got to have pressure in the middle of the pocket. If you let the train go, you ain't getting on it. And that's exactly what that 99-yard touchdown was, where he stiff-armed the dude, still gets the speed, gives a little backward stiff arm, still gets to high speed. It's something, like you said, you marvel at when you see a person that does things that have never been done before like that.
It's kind of like myself a little bit, and that's why I love the way he plays. I mean, I love all big men out there, whatever position.
So you love big men too?
Yeah, I love big men. It's dudes on dudes here. Of course, I love big men.
I like big guys.
Yeah, big sweaty men as well. And guys sweating because he's always running for 200 plus yards every single game.
Every game. He's on pace for damn near. He's on pace to beat the record this year.
He is. He has some of the greatest stiff arms in in the game.
You do too. You're a stiff armor.
I had a couple, but not as many as Derrick Henry because he has touched the ball like 100,000 more times than myself.
And he's still going. Yep. That's crazy.
And he's still going. It's like, he's 21 years old out there.
To the amount of times he's touched the ball, and he hasn't had, like, knock on wood, he just has, he can last.
Mm-hmm.
Where does he rank in all-time running backs?
Oh, man.
He's got to be up there. He's got a 2,000-yard season.
He's got to be up there. The reason why he doesn't, maybe get the respect, that he should have being like an all-time great running back is because he's not a traditional running back like those other greats. They're all more like pity pattern, make 5 guys miss, and then shoot
Jim
up.
Brown wasn't. He's kind of Jim Brownie.
Yeah, but he's just so...
Jim Brown was so much bigger and athletic than everyone. He used to swat those guys around.
Derrick Henry's game's a little bit different. When he sees that hole, he just hits that nos, like you said, and just goes right through it and runs over
Arm
everyone.
Tackles no one.
In his way. It's just incredible how he can do that.
Who was he, like a Dickerson?
Yeah.
Dickerson, because he's
in a way.
High knees, straight up a little bit.
I think he could possibly end up being one of the greatest, top 3 greatest running backs to ever play.
All time?
All time. Because if he continues this path for another 4 or 5 more years, which he has not shown
any decline
at all. Any at all. He hasn't slowed down one single bit. He only gets better. And he's a different style of a running back.
And he's going against littler defenses right now.
Yes, he is.
His defenses are all built up for the pass. All a bunch of receivers.
I love his game because he's a big man. I love big mans. Yeah.
Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, Jim Brown, Emmitt Smith, Adrian Peterson, Derrick Henry. I mean,
why not?
He's this generation's great right now. He's our generation's great. The last great running back after this, McCoy's in there, Shady's in there. But, like, I'm talking generational.
If he wins a championship, he's up there. If he wins the Super Bowl this year.
If he wins a Super Bowl. I mean, it's so crazy that on this episode, we've talked about Madden characters. Like, you have your 2, like, complete opposite Madden characters. You have, like, when you make the funny little guy on your Madden that's, like, 99 everything, and then you get your funny big guy. It's, like, 6'4" running back, like Derrick Henry that can outrun people. It's crazy. These guys, he's a freak.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see guys that big run that fast and take that much pounding and get up and do it over and over and over. And I feel like we see a 50-plus run every year. Every, like, 3 times a year with this guy. 50-plus run.
Wait, 3 times a year? More like every other week he has a 50-plus yard run.
Is it not crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy. He's got a huge chest as well. Like his arms are massive, but, like, I swear, his chest, it looks like The Rock. When The Rock has his shirt off and the chest goes like, boom. Like, it's that massive.
He's jacked.
He looks the exact same as he did, in high school. He has the same frame, but, like, every year he just got bigger and wider and wider. Like, it looked like he was 6'3" already in high school and just can run all day, but he's just growing and growing and growing and growing every single year.
Vernon Davis, he was saying, like, he was like that as a kid, and he kept on getting bigger and bigger, and his speed never got slower and slower. Like, that's like anomaly shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he could be the greatest running back in high school history. Freshman year, 2,400 yards, 26 TDs. Sophomore year, 2,700 yards, 38 TDs. A little dip in the junior year with 2,600 yards and freaking 34 TDs. Just to top it off, a senior year, let me just put the cherry on the old top. Let's go 4,200 yards and 55. Who is he playing? Who is he playing in 55 TDs?
He was playing high school in
touchdowns
Florida.
A game?
High school in Florida. They got some legit ball there.
Is that 8?
They do.
Do they have record? I didn't know they put things on records in high school. That is fucking crazy. 12,000 yards in 4 years.
This guy's been a freak since high school.
150 touchdowns in 4 years. Do the math.
He's a Hall of Famer at the high school level, Hall of Famer at the college level, and a Hall of Famer at the NFL level.
First ballot, without a doubt. It's crazy. Time. What kind of dude is Derrick Henry?
He's a freak. I don't even got to negotiate this. I mean, he's a freak.
He's a dog.
He is a dog. He is a stud.
He's a freak.
But he's an absolute freak of nature.
Heck of a player.
No one can tackle him. The guy was born to run.